Okay, welcome back to Mr. V-Amps. DK here with the last of my auction haul. I was planning on doing this one earlier. It's kind of like the most exciting one. But I saved it for last because I figured this one was definitely going to need parts, but I might be wrong. I mean, so far we've had the fender that just needed a little bit of parts, and everything else has worked really well. Other than being dirty, we might be in the winner's circle here. But we don't know. This could be a train wreck disaster. This is an Ampeg Reverbojet II. At least I think that's a 2. We'll look at the logo up close and you can see what we got. It's got spiders and dirt all over it because it's been probably stored or something. Generally pretty good physical condition. It's just going to need a bath. And let's spin it around gently here without wrecking anything. For our tube complement, we have what looks like, and again I gotta say what looks like because I haven't pulled these. I think I did look at a schematic. I believe a pair of 6V6s. They look like they have the original Ampeg brand. There's a pair of 12 AX7s, I believe, and those are actually Telefunkens, which would be very special and valuable. Oh, here, there's a tube chart in there. What do we got? Let's see what that says. Okay, so this is not 6V6s. Those are 7591s. Of course they're 7591s. It's an Ampeg. What was I thinking? So 7591, 7591, 12AX7, and the last one is a Compactron. Everybody loves those, right? That is that 6 something 10, 6D10 maybe, 6D10. I'll double check. I think I pulled a schematic on one of these before, and the Compactron tube in there, you know, anytime you see those you go, oh man, where am I going to get a Compactron tube? But a few of them actually are still around like litter, so you can buy, you know, 2 of them for 20 bucks and then you'll have them for the future. And there is a reverb tank in the bottom. It looks a little different than a normal everyday reverb tank. We have a CTS speaker in there, which I believe was original to that. It says CTS custom design, so this is a special speaker made for Ampeg, I suppose. Yeah, so original handle. Things look dusty, but beyond dusty, I think we have a chance. Let's come off the tripod here. We'll take a little look. I'm going to try not to block the light. A couple of interesting things here. We do have reverb and tremolo. The tremolo has a click switch on it. Only one knob for speed, so I have a feeling it's fixed depth. And we have an input for a guitar. It says Ampeg Reverbojet II, and we have an input for your accordion. So your polka music is safe with this Ampeg. And we have a volume and a tone, and a VU meter, I guess, that dances around. How cool is that? And we have an on-off switch that feels fine. I haven't plugged this in yet, so I don't know. We'll check a couple of mandatory things. But you know, we might just flip it on and be lucky. I've sort of pondered this. It seems to me that amplifiers that never get used are the ones that end up having to be serviced because the caps go bad. And caps that get used sometimes, or you know, not grueled to death, but if an amp gets used from time to time, I think it kind of keeps things healthy inside of it. Keeps things dry. I don't know. I'm guessing. But the last Ampeg we had, which I was fairly certain got used on a regular basis, was in really good shape and actually about the same age as this one. So, anyway, shall we? Okay, somebody put an indicator. We still have the original 2-prong power cord. Somebody put a little, looks like a little bit of red paint on one side. So I'm going to guess red goes to the right, but they marked one side of this. Apparently they didn't like to get electrical shocks. Can't say I blame them. So we've got this plugged in. I've got the volume down. I've got the tone down. I've got a fire extinguisher close by. And contact. Okay, so the meter thing lights up here. And it's still quiet. And it's still quiet. And it's still quiet. Okay, now I got a little bit of very low level, very low level, I mean extremely low level hum. So that's okay. You know, even brand new healthy amps you can hear a little bit. I mean, there's no, it's not humming like you would think it was humming. The level meter is at 0, you know, indicating no audio. And let's see if our cord is plugged in the right way. Let's take a look for potential voltage to earth. So I've got my power cord here, I've got my lead in the ground. We'll touch the other one to the chassis and see if we're going to get our butt shocked. Let's see. I see 3 volts AC potential to earth. 3 volts, I think. And, okay, 3, 4, and 2. It seems to settle about 2 on that switch. Let's try on the input here. Nah, not really. Let's flip the switch the other, or let's flip the plug the other way and see if we have potential to earth here. Because I don't need to get a 2-prong cord amp shock to the face. Let's try that. Okay. With it this way, I have a potential of, it appears to be 0 volts AC. Let's see if there's any DC hanging out on there that to get me. No. So the red mark that dude had on here, the red mark goes to the left. And then that is where the lowest potential to earth is. So that's good, because if I was measuring a bunch of potential to earth, that would mean our capacitors in here were really roached, and they're not. So, okay, if I turn up the volume, okay, there's some noise there. Kind of follows the tone a little bit. I wonder if one of these two isn't earth, or maybe it's because the power plug is quieter the other way. Let's flip the power plug back and see if the noise changes. Oh, I just heard the reverb tick. That's cool. And we still got some noise. But the noise follows the volume, and it might just be a dirty jack or a jack that's like floating. Okay. So let's try a chord and see what it does. I think regardless of whether or not this works flawlessly, we'll probably still be tearing it apart. Okay. Okay, dirty jack, definitely. But I like what I hear. I have a lot of volume. Alright, the tone works, that's cool. And I heard the reverb. Oh, buddy, we have reverb. Oh, yeah. And see, with the cord just sitting here, you know, that's... There's a little bit of noise, but it's not horrible. Let's see if the tremolo works. Here we go. Let's get some buzz going here. There's our buzz. That's the, you know, thumb on the cord here. Come on, tremolo. No tremolo. No tremolo. No tremolo. I should hear some tremoloing, and I'm not. Okay. Does the accordion input work? Well, the reverb works, but not the tremolo. Okay, well, hey, you know, that could have been way worse, right? So we will do some... Okay, now, that was interesting. When I unplugged the accordion input, now I got a bunch of noise that I didn't have before. So that means that this jack is dirty and wasn't going back to ground. This jack right here is our culprit. The switch isn't connecting back to ground well, so that was our noise. So we're back in our guitar switch here, and let's get some reverb going. I suppose we should get our guitar and hear what it actually sounds like before we try and go in and fix the tremolo. One moment, please. Okay, so I think I've gotten a couple. I'll show you some of the weird anomalies we got, but let's see. Let's just listen to it. Let's turn the reverb up so it sounds real cool. Cool. So yeah, obviously we should probably be playing a little louder, right? Yeah, this amp sounds really cool. A couple of the anomalies on the tone here, if I turn that down to 0, I get mysterious hum. I don't know why, but it's only when it goes to 0. When I take the tone to 0, I get a little bit of like a 60 or a 120, a low hertz hum. Anyway, the amp's a little on the bright side, but that's fine. And obviously, tremolo don't work. Oh, now it does. Dirty pot, maybe? Tube had to charge up because it hadn't been charged in a jillion years? Sure. Okay, it makes a little bit of a whomping beat sound, but that's what they do, right? Oh boy. Now everything works again. I could settle that down a little bit, but I'm glad it's working. Wow. I'll tell you what, it's funny because the guys that ran Ampeg, if you have kind of dug into the history of 60s era amplifiers, there were the guys who, you know, we all think of 60s rock and roll. We think of the Beatles and later, you know, loud bands and things. But there was a lot of not loud stuff. The guys that wanted clean tones, maybe the Ventures or the Shadows, that's more the rock genre. But there were a lot of jazz guys and stuff, and these guys wanted clean amps. And Ampeg was one of the guy who was in charge of Ampeg did not want to make guitar amps that distort. He wanted big, clean amplifiers. Oh, this level meter is slick. It's actually pulsing with the tremolo, which I'll go turn that off. But oh wow. Okay, I'll just shut up right now, and I'm gonna bring the camera up. You got to see this level meter. It works. All right, kids. Cool. There's your VU meter. I hope you can see it well. I don't know, can I zoom in any more? Is it going to get fuzzy? Maybe you can see the needle jump, but... I can make it jump. I still haven't hit the red zone, but we've only got the volume on 4 out of 10, and I'm sure the camera is distorting to Kingdom Come. So we've got dirt and crud. That's obvious. But I don't have horrible rampant noise, which is great. I have dirty pots and probably dusty controls. Did I lose my tremolo again, or did it come back? See, my tremolo went away again on me. Maybe I just... There we go. I had to turn it up farther to get it to, like, kick on. You see, off. There's on. I had to turn the speed up to, like, 7 or 8 for it to start going. But it's going. And we've got a reverb that works really, really well, right? Yeah. Turn the tremolo back off. How cool. Alright, so this one looks like it's probably just up for scheduled maintenance, and see how that shakes out. Alright, cool. So this is, we'll see if we can pan over here. Ampeg Reverbojet II, and we might need to plug our accordion in, you never know. But anyway, yeah, it works. These were probably, what, I think about 66, 7-ish era. So it's an old-timer, but it wants to work, and it's better they want to work than they want to catch on fire. So we'll do the routine maintenance on this, but I'm pleased. I'm very pleased.